How to get the most range out of your battery according to Tesla. I'm Frugal Tesla Guy, and you're watching the third video in a series I like to call Your Battery According to Tesla. If you're discovering this series for the first time with this video, I would encourage you to check out the others. The first one tackles the meaning of your displayed range. The second helps you better to understand the fluctuations in displayed range, also touching on battery degradation. This video takes a look at some of the best ways to help you increase your range, and the video to follow will help you understand the best charging practices to help prevent faster than normal battery degradation. Now, one thing to remember while watching all of these videos is the fact that all of the information is only coming from the Tesla website and owner's manual, so as not to spread any misinformation. Now, hopefully after watching the first two videos of this series, you now understand what the displayed range really means and some of the things that might impact that displayed range. Now it's time to take a look at what Tesla has to say to help you get the most out of your battery. We start with the basics, directly from the Tesla website. Your driving behaviors and environment play a big role in achievable range. Frequent stop-and-go driving, inclement weather, and uphill driving put a natural strain on the battery to maximize range. It's important to watch your driving speed and enable regenerative braking when possible. As you drive, be mindful of common reasons your range may decrease more rapidly. High driving speeds, stop-and-go driving, short trips, uphill travel, inclement weather such as rain, snow, and headwinds. Now, some of the other basics, quite honestly, will also help gas cars get better gas mileage. Number one, be sure to maintain the car's tire pressure. Now, you can find that information on the inside of the driver's side door jamb. For example, my car is 42 psi. Number two, remove any unnecessary cargo to help lighten the load. More weight requires more energy to move the car. Number three, if you have a roof rack or bike rack on the rear of the car, be sure to remove them when not in use. This will obviously help reduce added drag. You can also reduce aerodynamic drag by making sure all of the windows are up. And if you have air suspension, such as in the Model S and X, drop it to low or very low when driving on the highway. And use the aero wheel covers if you have them. One of the many advantages electric cars have over gas cars is the ability to take the energy created from slowing down and braking and putting it back into the battery. Tesla recommends that you take full advantage of this by setting the regenerative braking to standard, and even better, on one pedal driving. To help control and avoid rapid acceleration and deceleration, which uses more energy, Tesla recommends setting your car to chill mode. Now, as we learned in the previous video of this series, cold weather can have a big impact on your range. And here are some of the things Tesla recommends to help reduce those impacts. Number one, keep your Tesla plugged in whenever possible. This will help the battery retain some heat. Number two, precondition the battery before turning on your Tesla. When possible, plug in and charge while you precondition. Preconditioning your battery is very easy. It's as simple as going into the Tesla app and either turning on the heater or defroster. The best way for this to be effective is if you're plugged in. Otherwise, it will use the battery power to precondition itself. You can also use scheduled departure, which is essentially a timer in the car set for the time you plan to leave the next day. Simply plug in your car and it will be charged to the level you set and preconditioned for optimal performance based on the time you'll be leaving. If you live in a cold climate, Tesla also recommends you watch for the snowflake icon. A blue snowflake icon may appear on your touchscreen if your car battery is too cold to access all of its stored energy. When this icon is displayed, you may also notice that battery power and regenerative braking are limited. Once the battery is warmed, the snowflake will disappear. Charging, driving, and preconditioning are all ways to warm your battery quicker. Number 3, limit high use of heat and air conditioning. Instead, use seat heaters to keep cabin climate at an optimal temperature. Now, other than mentioning limited use of air conditioning, Tesla doesn't have a lot about driving in hot temperatures. They do mention to keep the air conditioning on during supercharging to help keep the cabin temperature cool, while also using energy from the grid rather than the battery. So, in conclusion, there are a lot of ways to help you get the most range out of your battery. The most challenging time of the year to do this is during the colder winter months, making the car less efficient, and Tesla has provided several tips to limit that impact as outlined in this video. Most of these tips are common sense, while others require a little more knowledge about the car to take full advantage of them. Hopefully you discovered a thing or two in this video. If so, be sure to give it a thumbs up. And also be on the lookout for my next video in this series when we discover what Tesla has to say about the best charging practices, along with ways to help prevent phantom drain. Until then, you know the drill. Like, subscribe, and stay positively charged.